Welcome back to the Intuitive Mentor Mom podcast, where we explore strategies for growing confidence, empowerment, and gaining clarity for midlife moms. When life is happening for you and not to you, you can be living the life of freedom, fun, and bliss. I'm your host, Tara Michelle. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the show. It is so great to be with you. I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. As I had mentioned in the last episode, I was looking for people who were interested in coming on to the show to allow me to do the work that I do and offer some coaching. And so Nina is somebody who joined me recently. You will be hearing her session today on this show. It was amazing. I never know how these sessions are going to go. And just to give you some background, Nina and I did not know each other. We met through this process. She reached out to me. We had a quick discovery call, and then we created the time to work together. Now, typically my sessions are only an hour long when I work with people. This particular session, I had allotted 2 hours. So it's a bit of a long session, but it was really fun because we went into some past life. We then connected what the past life had to do with this life. And it's really interesting what came up in the past life. So you'll hear about that. We then did some energy work and a little bit about me, as I've shared in other episodes, but I'll share again here. I am intuitive. I have many gifts. I'm able to hear, see, feel things. I'm able to channel. I have been a medium before. And so I also am certified in a method called body regeneration method, which is very similar to Reiki, but the energy moves a lot faster. And honestly, I feel it's a lot cleaner energy, but it's different. It's similar in the sense of that you're moving energy, but it's very different in the context of what you're doing. So it's really cool. I love doing it. We did a lot of that. There was also some very interesting things that came up between her and her partner in this lifetime, and what was needed from both of them to really open up the doors in the floodgates of abundance. And so I'm going to let you listen into this session. And those of you who are interested in working with me, especially after you hear this session, there is a link below in the show notes, and you can get on Calendly. You can schedule time with me to do a discovery session. But for now, I'm going to let you go ahead and listen to the episode, and then I will see you on the other side. Yes, it is a bit long, but it was really fascinating what all came up. So it was really fun. I look forward to seeing you at the end of the show. What is it that you would like to look at? Like what is it? Yeah, what is it you would like to experience or get for yourself out of this session?
This is supposed to like something to help us get breakthrough something, or like is that okay? Just so I know. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I guess it is a lot what Sam had said in that sense, and like I don't know, like when I was younger and I first moved to LA, and I was just I don't it I was in the hustle and I did everything. I just I had that drive and I still have it, but I've lost it.
Mhm.
It's so hard to explain. It's like I want it, it's there, but I think it's the fear of putting all that time and like, more than half of your life into something to not like really pan out the way you wanted it to, or you thought it was going to go. But then I guess now saying it out loud and thinking about the stories and the life and the experiences I've had, I mean, it's pretty kind of neat to have, but I guess I want that drive back that I had then for the next phase of whatever life has. And I guess it's kind of hard to figure out because I did that being in the entertainment business most since I was a kid and most of my adult life to now trying, I guess, to figure out where I belong. and what,
Yeah, so I
but
was I
every time
was
I
gonna
meet people, they're always like, I somehow get them inspired and
Mhm.
they go off and do what I, said or gave him that inspiration. It's like every person, like of my past that I dated it was almost like I've been amused. They've all leveled and like gone off and done the dreams that they had that I was like, hey, go for it. This is what you should do. And and it's all happened. And I'm like, well, what
Mm.
do you mean?
Yeah, I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that. Yes. So tell me, what is it that you're looking to, or what do you do right now? What is it that you are wanting to create, and what is it that you do right now?
Well, I mean, I work with my partner with our
Mm-hmm.
consulting company, and I just work,
Mm-hmm.
helping build that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I still am involved in the entertainment business, more on the independent side, not to the scale it was, being in Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
because that's still, such a core of me. So I'm like,
Is that filmmaking, acting? What is it that you do in
Um,
independent?
the acting. I mean, eventually I like to do like my own indie film, but it's right now just acting. And like I've got a couple indie films coming up that I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, not to a level like where you had such more consistent work happening when,
Mm-hmm.
years ago back in LA. So that and we do real estate. I'm a realtor and we flip homes. Um, so it's just been, I guess, just I don't know. It's so hard to because I hadn't really thought about like what I know I want something. I guess that's the thing. I haven't figured out what it is or what I'm supposed to do, or I don't know if I'm helping.
You're doing fine. How do you see yourself when you look at Nina? How do you see yourself? How would you describe yourself at your core? What's
Um,
coming up for you right now?
I mean, I know I'm a loyal person.
What's coming up for
think
you?
I'm,
What are the emotions happening right now? When I asked that question, what just came up for you?
'cause I feel like my entire life I've been misunderstood.
Mhm.
So, like, even though I've always been the fighter, the one, that eventually people turn to like save the day. But it's like before we get to that point of having to save the day, like nobody wants to listen, or you're considered a liar, or you're making up shit, or you're whatever. And it's just like it's almost like I've been the black sheep of the family. And I
Mhm.
feel life all the way across.
Is that how you see yourself truthfully as the black sheep?
That could be a good thing
Hmm.
to some people.
But is that
I
how you see
mean,
yourself?
yeah, I'm totally
Mm-hmm.
different than everybody around in
Mm-hmm.
so many ways.
And you feel misunderstood?
Yeah.
Do you understand yourself?
I think I do better, somewhat better now than I have in the past. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I know there's always room for growth and learning.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Where does that tenderness come from within you?
um, I don't know. I don't know how to, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to even answer that.
What is the first thing that comes up? Like, what's the first thing you hear when I ask, where does that tenderness come from? Just say the first thing you hear, even if it sounds odd.
Scared?
Mhm. Okay. What else? Just be with that tenderness.
Um, I guess in a way, what is like, I feel like I was that misunderstood little girl and the one that didn't have anybody there. And so I guess I'm more like giving and more like protective of people that I care about and all that. I've always been, nicknamed the bull, the pit bull, the bulldog, or mama bear, even within like, you know, friends, not even like around kids.
Mhm. What else is there?
Um, I mean, I know I'm a fighter, so that's definitely there.
When you look in the mirror, do you see how beautiful you are?
I don't, even though I've been modeling and acting for since I was a teen, I still never really think of myself that way because I've been around so many beautiful people my entire life.
So I'm
And
going to
even
ask the question one more time because it's just a yes, no. When you look in the mirror, do you see how beautiful you are? Just yes or no. No, I get that. Who said you weren't beautiful?
just me.
Okay. So I'm asking these questions. I'm just being with you and your energy. And what I see is that you have a very, very angelic spirit. You have a very strong spirit. But there's something very tender about you that's, I hate using the word broken, but that's what comes up as broken.
I get that.
And so I would like to figure out where that resides, where that comes from, and why, because you are not broken at all. And hold on, I'm just going to be with you for a minute. There's a story that you're very committed to holding on to that does not serve you at all. And I can see that there is a fear around letting go of that story because it means you have to, hold on. She lets go of this story. What does it mean that she has to do? Hold on a second. So you fear people, you're going to shed a whole layer of people that you're afraid to let down. Um, you don't want to be found out. So the face that you have, this space that I see you in right now, is there's a part of you, it's like your ego does not want to be found out. But hold on, let me figure out what that is. Hold on. It's really deep. Okay. There's a deep wound. Okay, we'll probably have to go a little bit into your childhood. Not that I want to go dive in there, but there's a deep wound. There's a hold on. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but sometimes I have it that like when it takes long for me to really decipher what's happening, like people are probably annoyed that it takes me a while. But it's show me what it is, please. Um, okay, your mom is coming into play. There, I see your dad, but it's your mom. Stronger. Okay. There's, you're hiding out. You're hiding out. Okay. So it has to do that thing that you talked about where you're in the background pushing those and supporting those. There's something safe about that. You know how to do that. But there's something about you. Did you get told when you were little, like you couldn't do that, or you would never be able to do that, or you're not
Yeah.
deserving of that?
Yeah. And then my dad and I didn't have a great relationship.
Okay. It's like a smackdown behavior. It's like a when they're showing me, it's like a smackdown.
Like
Y-
physical?
Whether it's physical or not, it's not that
Oh,
it's physical. It's like energetically, it's a smackdown. It's like you are not going to ever be here. Your job is to stay here. That's the energy.
Oh, that's my dad's mentality. He was the kind of old school mentality of you know, I'm the man and you do as the woman does
You
that,
stay
that,
back
that.
here. Yeah, you
Yes.
stay back here.
Mhm.
You can't shine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw it. If you shine, you take me down. Wow. Okay, so it's like a woo, I just got chills. It's karmic. Okay, you two have a past life together. That's not a good one. You took him down. Did you kill him? I just heard your brothers. I see swords. And there's there's like vengeful energy. Very vengeful.
Yeah.
Like I will fucking take you out. Like that kind of energy. And
That
then
was
that happened. Where I'm in a past life right now.
no, I know, but like
Yeah.
even in during like it, I mean, but it was that kind of energy
That kind of
between
energy
us.
between the two of you. Yeah. It is. I will fucking take you out. Um, sits in the heart. It sits in the front of the heart. It's so heavy. He's so angry.
Yeah.
You're angry too. Um, that's what it is. Okay, I'm looking back at the ego again. The ego has done a really good job of keeping you protected survival. Why? Why does it want so you don't die? Obviously, it's the ego's job is so we don't die. Um, okay, so first, what I'm going to do, because it's so heavy in my heart, I'm going to pull this out. Okay, so hold on a second. I want to pull up. Okay, let me just pull this up. It's like, it's like, it's like it's a dagger. It's a dagger. It's a dagger. And it's like, I think you won. I think you won. It's so wild because I see this lifetime. You guys really hated each other. It was over
Mhm.
money.
It was or was not? It was?
It was over money. I
Huh.
think it was like your father's money. Like this is like medieval time. mm, like
Right.
during the time of when we wore um what's it called? Armor, like
Yeah.
armor and horses.
Yeah.
So it's like that time you guys had like you guys feuded a lot. So I just want to keep pulling this out. Excuse me, I want to keep pulling this out. You feuded a lot, and there's just some deep wounds. You loved each other, but you when you were little, you loved each other. The money got in the way. I think the father died, and it was a matter of who's going to get the estate. I think
Oh my God.
one of you was I just got chills. One of you, I got more chills. One of you got one of you it, okay, and I see a man coming to actually serve the will, right? And at this point you two are already not getting along. You're older, in your 20s maybe. Um
Is this still like that's not back in medieval time?
yeah, this
Still
is the
back in
lifetime I'm seeing
what
that I
you're
see.
talking about
Is
is
this
really similar to what
what
happened
actually
in
happened?
action and like
Is
take it out of medieval times and not me killing them.
right.
Like,
But you guys, you actually have a similar situation happening in this lifetime to actually heal and repair, is what's
well, no,
happening.
he's gone now.
Oh, he's
So,
gone now.
but it
Okay.
in our own way, I guess we did, but then there's still other things
Yeah.
that
Okay. So, um, okay. So, okay, I have to keep pulling this out. It's like deep. It's deep. It's deep. I'm going to send it all back to God for justice in the only way that God knows how. Ugh, sorry. It's like it's like a big burp wants to come up and out, but it's not coming yet. I'm just going to keep unearthing that. Open, open, open. Release it out of her heart, from her to him and him to her. the heart tie is really strong. You guys have traveled lifetimes together. He just popped in. He's kind of laughing right now. He's like, he's laughing in the sense of because he's transitioned. But this is the work. So I'm hearing this is the work. This is the work that you came to do in this lifetime. This is the work. It has to do with forgiveness. It has to do with acceptance. It has to do with love. There's an acceptance of self. Hold on, I'm just getting like channeling some information. Acceptance of self. You have been in a cocooning phase. You have been in a cocooning phase, and it's time for you to stand. They keep showing me like you're like this, like your whole body is like this. And now it's time for you to rise. And for those who are listening, it's like imagine her body is wrapped in a cocoon state, but and when I see it, it's like your heart is on fire, like it's red, red with pain, red with sadness, red with guilt. Interesting. Okay. So I want to pull all of the sadness, the guilt, the pain, the sorrow. I see. When you killed him in that lifetime, you had a lifetime of regret because the truth was at the core of each of you was love, but the money got in the way. And then somebody died. And that is actually what was brought in this lifetime for you guys to clear.
It was weird because like when my dad passed away,
And keep talking. I'm just going to do
there
some work here.
was I have a half sister in another country, and
Hmm.
my dad and we hadn't spoken for like a year before I got the call that he was in hospice from my mom. So I came out, and he like basically didn't. Oh my gosh. I was basically helping him with the hospital and hospice care and all of that, and found out that he left everything of whatever he didn't have much, but my family didn't have much, but what he had, he left it to the sister, and she was
Mm.
in town. And I told my brothers, because I just let them know, and I said, I'm still going to be helping him. And I stayed going to the hospital, helping him, dealing with the doctors. And then he woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning one day and was like, call everybody, tell him to come here, call my lawyer, he goes, I got to change it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got to change everything. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I got to change the will. And I was like, what? And I'm like, okay, well, I'll call I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You got to wait till everybody wakes up. I said, I'm going to call him and tell him to come to the hospital, but I'm not telling anybody for what. I said, I'm just going to call, let them know you've asked everybody to show up. Um, so I called everybody, and everybody's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Dad just wants you guys to come to the hospital. And I called the half sister who happened to be in from another country. And she, kept asking why. I said, I don't know. But he asked my mom, he asked this, my parents were divorced. And then so most everybody showed up except for the half sister, or before they all showed up, he kept asking me how he should change the will. And I said, this is yours. I was like, you've got 4 kids. I'm like, what you've done over the years. And, because I know that he had been giving money to her over the years or whatever, taking care of things. And like I said, we hadn't talked for a year, so there wasn't any kind of communication. And so, but I just was like, this is, there has nothing to do with me. This is yours. I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's your call. I was like, how, that's your deal. And so then basically we waited, and people started showing up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now going on almost like 4 o'clock in the afternoon that day, and the half sister still didn't show up. And the lawyer was there, the notary was there, everybody was waiting. And he decided just to put me and my two brothers on, and that was it. And then a little bit later, she shows up and he goes, "Where were you?" She's like hours later, and she's like, "Well, and she saw the lawyer and stuff, and she goes, "What happened?" And he's like, talking in the language, told her, and she just got started crying, got mad, basically went back to his place, took some things and left to, we didn't know that she left because like I went there the next morning to like ask if she wanted to ride to the hospital
Mhm.
and noticed the key hanging outside the door. So she had left and took off back to Europe. And then my
Mm.
dad passed away 2 days later.
Mm.
So, but I was
Let
with the
me
whole
see.
like,
Let me see here. Is it completed? Yes. So when I look at the past life, there's a thing about I don't want to say he was the evil one. It's not that he was the evil one, but he was the one, he was the greedy one. And you said no. And you put a stop to it. Um, so I'm looking at what this connection, him having that change of heart. Okay, so the giving it to her was like a big F you to you
to all of
guys.
us. Because literally in the
Mm-hmm.
will, it had like my name, $10, my brother's name, $10, brother's name,
Yeah,
$10.
that's
It was
nasty.
like literally
That's
said in
nasty.
there. And the thing was is I knew it and my dad knew that I knew it because I had the will, but I
Mm-hmm.
still continued to be there and at the
You did.
hospital do
Yeah.
like it basically became
So,
the last time I saw him a year before that I flew in because he had colon surgery, and as soon as I walked into the hospital he was, the doctor was there, and I started asking the doctor questions because I've already had family friends go through this and they were like, hey, this is what you should ask. And immediately my dad was like, I'm not dead, I could talk for myself. And I was like, peace out, bye, and back on the plane and went back to Cali. And so this time, like we hadn't spoken for a year until this. And then at this time, for those 2 weeks that I was back and before he passed away, you know, I was his, like, he was like, talk to her, talk to her. Like it became like every doctor, every situation was like, she's in charge, talk to her, meaning me.
because he
So,
had his change of heart. Um,
yeah, when he was on his death, during that time,
so before that time,
apologizing.
yes, before that time, they started, they're showing me, I just got chills again on the right side. Um, oh, okay, he's here. Okay, okay. So, okay, he's like right here. Um, he started getting a life review, and that life review happened way before this time. Um, he, I'm hearing a year, a lot of dreams. He would have dreams. Um, he would travel. It was things he wouldn't talk about because it was things he's never, it was things that these are only things that these are things, how's he saying it? These are things that, um, I just heard God's play. Like these are things that I don't want to use the word conspiracy, but these are things that are make believe. This is not real. So when the things started happening, when this life review began to happen, it was uncomfortable. It would happen a lot in the dream state, sometimes in the waking state. He would get premonitions, he would get feelings and hits of wrongdoings. He began to see and experience. Did he watch a lot of TV? Is
I
he a
mean,
TV watcher?
he was when he wasn't working. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he was home, he was watching, he was in front of the TV.
there was something about starting to see scenarios play out on TV that would have him reflect and then connect. And that was hard for him because it was sad for him. Um, has a lot of pain in his heart and a lot of sadness and almost doesn't forgive himself for things he's said or done. There are many regrets that he has as a father. Although he knew that what he had done was meant to be or designed for the outcome of all of you. That was a hard role for him to play. There were lessons there for him to learn, but there were also lessons for each and every one of you, is what he's saying. Okay. So when we come to this, when we come to Earth or any place that we go to, you pick out the things that you want to learn from a soul's perspective. So, from a soul's perspective, you choose all the people who are going to be in the play, and you're the starring role of the play. Well, he's the starring role of his play. You're one of the characters. You're the starring role of your play. He's one of the characters. All of us have come here to agree. We've all agreed that we would come here and we would bump into each other whenever we did, and we would play out whatever we're going to play out. Like this, you and I are doing,
Right.
we agreed to this on some level. And those decisions can be made during the life of a person, but a lot of the decisions are made before the life of the person. So there's like a blueprint.
They're
And he
kind of saying what they say, your soul, your destiny's already mapped out when you're
thought, yeah. And the beauty is, I just got chills again. The beauty is, um, thank you. Thank you. I'm just thanking him for like coming in to communicate, and those that are with us. Thank you all for sharing. The beauty is that everything that you absolutely desire, you get it. It's just that we can take a multitude of roads to get there. And so there is no wrong choice, right? There's no wrong choice. Every choice will get you to that end desire. I think a lot of times we see the end desire as like, but I wanted the big house, or I wanted the wife, or I wanted all these things. Well, the soul doesn't see it as the things. The soul sees it as, did I learn forgiveness? Did I learn love? Did I learn unconditional? Did I learn passion? Whatever it is that the soul came to learn. The other thing is the soul will come and say, well, what do I have to repair and complete karmically? Like, what are the things that I have to fix from the other lifetimes? Um, we get the do-overs, right? We get to make life better. We get to earn those soul wings, or whatever we want to call them. So there is a lot about that I'm seeing for him, that it was a sacrifice and a difficult part to play, because at the core of all of it is absolute pure divine love. Like, so unconditional, beautiful love. But that is not what was to be. Um, it wasn't, not that it wasn't to be felt. What is it? I'm seeing like an exhale at the end of his life, like an exhale, like, like he was freed. He was free. He
That's
was,
like, yeah, we were there when he took his last. You could see it, just everything. You could like
ah,
see it all
I could
exit
feel
from
it.
him. And
Yes.
then
Yeah.
actually there was because we until before they came, like some, we he was there because he was in the living room. My brothers had lit a candle and had a picture, and they were taking, a shot to like with my cousin to like for him, and the door was closed, and as soon as they did that, the whole can like went, the flame just went. That's kind of wild.
Right? Like that stuff's real, right? Like it's real.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I totally, yes.
Our
Yeah.
souls are so fucking real. It's amazing. And when things like that happen, it's really a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a heavy burden that you're carrying. Hold on. I'm going to use some cards. These are body regeneration method cards. Because I want to look at how this relates to you being able to gain more access to the core of who you are and really seeing who you are. And now that, we've removed some blocks and energies around that heart, but how do we get you to stand and fully own it, breathe into it and live into it? but I'm trying to figure out how this is correlated. Like, what about that relationship is holding you back? Oh, whoa. Okay. It's like a lot of cards there. Hold on. What is it? Okay. Increase interconnected possibilities. Hold on. What is it she needs? What does she require? Letting go. It's the third card. What is it that she requires? Increase awareness. Okay. Increase motivation, which that's something you were talking about. Okay, so the first card I got is interconnected possibilities. This is the first card. I don't think you can see it.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
interconnected possibilities. Then I got let go. So we've got some stories running that you need to let go of. Then we're going to increase your awareness of self, and we're going to increase your motivation. I don't know if you can, there we go. Oh, it's hard to see that. Increase
Yeah, I
your
can see it.
motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take all of these cards. We're going to insert, and we're going to first, what do we want to do? Okay, first we're going to pull up all known and unknown stories. There's stories that you have that are like, yeah, okay. So that energy of the you will not rise, you will not shine, you will not be in front. That's the connection, okay? So I want to collapse all of the known and unknown stories, interjections. What are they saying? It's like a verbal vomit. And energetically, was he a tall man?
I
He has like
mean,
a big energy. He has like a big, like,
yeah,
um,
he was the like life of
sen-
the party kind of energy. Anywhere you went, everybody loved him,
is he charming? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a very big, broad, staunch energy. Is
Yeah.
very masculine.
Mhm.
Um, what I want to do, what do we call that? It's a projection. Okay. Oh, his dad was this way. His dad was this way with
Uh-huh.
him.
Yeah.
He has siblings, yeah?
Yeah.
I see other kids. His dad, I just hear his dad was an asshole. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's actually true from what I understand from.
yeah, I think that's him saying my dad was an asshole. Um, his dad was very abusive. It was a verbal control. It was a
Yeah.
verbal vomit. Okay, so there's lineages that are designed to be broken in this lifetime coming through you. Your energy. So I see it. When they show me you, when I see your energy, there's a masculine energy in there. So I think you've been more men than you've been women. Um,
Yeah, I agree with that even
mhm.
now. I'm
Yeah, and
even a
oh,
tomboy.
yeah, and this energy of a woman, actually, I just saw how this energy of the woman that you are is actually difficult to be because it's not familiar. The tenderness,
Oh,
your your soul actually likes it. You have been a man so many times and you've been in energies that are so hardcore. Because when I see your energy, it is like big and broad and it is like,
the
very,
warrior, the
yes,
Viking.
it's a
Yes,
warrior.
that's
It's a warrior. Yeah, it's a warrior. And this tenderness is almost like your soul revels in it. Like, I just love it. Your soul's like, I love to feel that. I never get to feel that. So, and a true warrior is tender. A true warrior is tender. So, a true warrior, I wish I had the book in front of me. It's this book, Shambhala the Warrior. I forget, is it Shambhala the Warrior, I think. But anyways, there's this beautiful line and this whole chapter about the warrior, and then it talks about when your heart, like the tenderness of a warrior would be like if you had your heart raw and open when a mosquito lands on it, that you could feel that. And you could feel it so much that it would cause rippling pain in the heart to where you would cry. I mean, imagine the weight of a
Yeah.
mosquito. If there is no weight, but that
Yeah.
you are that connected to your heart, and that the rawness and the compassion of love and just that yumminess, and that is what your soul is drinking up in this lifetime. Um, okay, so I want to pull out all the stories, the projections. I want to collapse all the known and unknown verbal, emotional, physical abuse, lineages and timelines coming down from your great grandfather previous, all on your dad's side. There is some on your mom's side, but we're going to focus on the dad's side. It's very culturally generational to their time. It's
Yep.
just the way people
Yep.
were,
Yep. It's
wildly
exactly
abusive. And what is the ethnicity?
Polish.
Oh, Polish. Okay, it's funny because I keep seeing like Italian, but the energy is similar. The energy is
Oh
very
yeah.
like that fire, that grit,
Yeah.
it's the very similar energy. So I want to collapse all known and unknown versions of all familial patterns of abuse, emotionally, mentally, psychically. I want to pull all of that up. We're going to pull all of that up, and we're going to collapse that out of the timelines. We're going to send all of that back to God for justice in the only way that God knows how. I'm actually seeing you. They're actually highlighting and strengthening you. They're literally pulling you up by the bootstraps as we disconnect that energy. I'm going to pull that off of you. It's actually hooked into the back of your shoulders. It's hooked into the root of your spine. And I want to unplug it from your spine. I want to unhook you from the back of the shoulders. And we're just going to remove that. I also see it plugged into the top of the head. So we're going to pull that out. We're going to unplug that, unhook that, unplug from the spine and unplug from the feet. And we're going to collapse that now. And we're going to push all of that back to God for justice in only the way that God knows how. And I actually want to call on the Christed light energy. We're going to pull all of this beautiful white light energy down through the crown chakra because it's actually been plugged. It's been plugged by that lineage. And it's almost like imagine if you had a hose and that hose is just, it's just pouring in all of those past trauma,
Fast.
all that lineage of abuse. And so what's interesting is you could see it. You could see it. And so it wasn't something that you wanted to pass down, but you see it. But I actually want them to clean it all out of your system. So I'm going to command and ask that all of your guides, highest and purest guides, to come and filter down that energy. It's a white light. It has golden flecks, and they're going to run it. They're saying 24 hours through the system from the top of your head straight down to the soles of your feet. And I want you just to actually sit and relax your body for a moment. Take a deep breath. And I want you to envision that this beautiful white light with golden flecks is actually coming down. It's pouring from the top of your head, going down over the shoulders. And I just want you to feel it like a salve. It's like a golden white salve, just going and running through your entire body. And we're going to call forth. Who are we calling forth? There's a new guide that she has available to her now if she is willing. Are you willing to receive a new guide to walk you through this next chapter of life?
Yeah.
Only, hold on, I'm just going to,
Oh,
is this guide of the highest and purest white light?
oh yeah, because
Yes.
I've had some bad ones.
Yeah, yes. There are two. Does she need to? She could have two if she wants to. Are these of the highest and purest white light? Are these of the highest and purest guides that will take her to the next level? Yes. Okay. So they're like two pillars actually on each side of you. They're feminine and masculine. They're two females. They're two females. One is more masculine, one is more feminine. They are also warriors. It's funny, they look very similar to you. They are aspects of you, they are aspects of the soul. She is ready, is what they're saying. She is ready this time, but she must stand. What does that mean for her to stand? How are you with receiving? You're not good at receiving.
What do you mean receive? Like,
Just receiving. Like, are you good at receiving help? Are you good at receiving? Like, when people want to give or gift to you, are you good at
no,
receiving? Yeah, they're
no.
like, she has to be able to receive. Okay, so let me go back to, I want to just complete. Okay, yes, align her with the two, please. She's accepting the two of the highest and purest light. They've removed all of the shackles of those conversations. Those are lineages of damaging, irreparable at some point in life, like in your dad's life, irreparable, some of it. So we're going to remove all of that, send that all back to God for justice, and we're going to wash that all off your back. We're going to fill all those holes with that white light and golden light. They are going to run that for the next 24 hours. You'll probably um, really, they're saying when you wake up, you might feel a bit of a shift because while your body's sleeping and resting is when it can do the most cellular repair. So I'm going to command and request that all the cells in her body at the cellular level receive that beautiful white light. Thank you, God. And the golden, it's like got golden flecks. It's super cool. Um, these angelic ambassadors are to be called on at any time. You must remember that this is a free will state. You must request their help. They will always be with you. They will whisper what you need to hear, but do not fail to request at any given time or day what you need help with, is what they're saying. Um, they're really beautiful. They're very powerful. They're very tall. They're like 20 feet tall or something. They're very tall. It's 12 and 20. I don't know. I'm hearing 12 and 20. They're maybe one is 12 and one is 20, but they're very tall. Okay, so now I want to increase all interconnected possibilities from you to all areas of your life. But I want to look at it from the standpoint of your career. It's not about a career. You don't necessarily have a career. They're saying you have multiple streams of income. You are here to manifest and replicate. You're here to manifest and replicate structures of wealth. You have the right partner. And it's about replicating and manifesting structures of wealth that you hand down to others. Because money for you is different. So many people look at money as so many people struggle with money. Money seems to come to you very easily, is what I'm hearing. Money comes to you very easily. If it's not coming to you
Like
easily,
what? No.
yeah, if it's not coming to you easily, this is where the practice of receiving is. There's a block. Okay, so um I want you to put your hands out. Can you put, I'm sorry, I keep hitting this thing.
Yeah.
Put your hands out like so, like just kind of have them out. And what we're going to do is I'm going to increase. And I want you to go ahead and push the centers of your palms on each hand. Yep. And then hold them out. and hold them open. And I want to increase, 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 and remove all blocks from the hands. And then I want you to hold them like this. And I want you to tell me when you can feel the increase of energy between the two hands. Don't have them touch. Just tell me when you feel that energy
Okay.
moving
Well,
between the two. Yep. Okay. And I want you to actually visualize that energy expanding. And I want you to pull your hands out slowly. And I want you to begin to expand that energy out. And then just slowly pull it out and pull it out. And then just keep increasing the energy. Feel the field of energy between the hands. And just kind of hold them right there. And I want to increase that connection from you to your highest and purest to you, receiving and opening the receiving hands. Okay, they're calling upon like a reciprocal. You have a receiving hand and a giving hand. You give a lot, but you don't receive enough. And there's blocks in the financial house because of you not being deserving, which goes back to the lines of the father and goes back to the lines of the there was like a oath, or not an oath, but there was a curse. You cursed yourself when you killed him in that lifetime to never receive, like you never wanted money to be like a thing. Like money was like the root of all evil of some sort in that lifetime. So I want to disconnect you from that story. We're going to pull that up, and you can bring your hands down. You're going to pull it up and pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. And I want to collapse that out. And I want to remove that story from the timeline now. We're going to put it back into that timeline. It does not need to be in this one. I want to disconnect her from her to that lifetime to now. Disconnecting her to that lifetime to now. I'm going to disconnect, cutting all cords. And we're going to move those lifetimes, that lifetime, back to the lifetime where it resides. Okay, we're going to increase all interconnected possibilities for the receiving of wealth, for the receiving of money, for the receiving of multiple streams of income, replicating structures that you give back to others. I'm not sure how that looks. I keep seeing your partner in there, but it's something.
that's kind of basically what we do in some ways. Like he's he's a consultant, but also helps scale businesses and stuff. So
Mhm.
you talk about replicating structures. That's what
Yeah.
we do for different companies, different. So, like, basically.
Yeah, there's like a replicating of a structure, and you're handing that back to others. Um, and it's beautiful. And don't be afraid to say yes when money comes in. If you see money on the ground, pick it up.
I do. I did that today.
Yeah.
2 cents.
Yeah. Pick it up and yep, and thank God for it. And that's the abundance. There more of that will continue to happen for you. Um, money comes from money grows on trees. Money comes from all areas if you allow it. And the tree is like the tree of life, not an actual physical tree. Money does grow on trees, the trees of life. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. So that just came through. Okay, so now we're going to let go of those old patterns. We're going to let go of those old thought beliefs. Is she ready to let go of those? No, there's something about you still. It's a deservingness and a worthiness. You don't know or believe that you're actually deserving of all that.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay, that I just felt in the throat. Okay. All right. And then we're going to increase your awareness and we're going to increase motivation, but we had to work on those next. And we have to do a little bit of work here. Um, okay. I'm liking how this is going. I had no idea how this was going to go tonight. So you're not deserve you so you have it that you don't deserve wealth, health, happiness, joy, like the life of all lives.
There's truth to that. I don't
I
know
think
why.
you still don't okay, I don't know if this is right or not. I'm just gonna say you still don't know how this man is with you.
Meaning in like today's world?
Yeah, like the guy, your partner,
Yeah.
like that still shocks you.
Yeah.
This shocks you that he chose you. You chose him too, but it shocks you.
Yeah. I mean, he would say the same thing about me.
You. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, everything is just comfortable. It's like we've know each other from before. This isn't the
Mm-hmm.
first time around. This isn't the
No.
first time we've met. Like that's what we like. I mean, as soon as we met, it was instant, and like I never knew him, and like it's like I knew what he needed and what he needed to be told and said and whatever within just days of knowing him. Like, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's honestly the first one that I like am all in ever,
Mm-hmm.
my entire life up till now. I'm 49
Mm-hmm.
years old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've never been all in with anybody. And then
Right.
kids with people, but it was other situations happen and but it like and you try to make it work and just whatever wasn't.
You feel really safe with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You feel fully unguarded with him.
Hmm.
Intimately, I just saw you guys are both very unguarded. You don't have to hold on. It's like you both put the swords down. You both have pasts. You both have trauma. You both have moved through a lot. But together, there's a pure safety. It's, they keep using the word kismet, kismet, kismet. Um, yeah, it's like a true partnership.
Yeah.
It's funny because they show you two as like warriors. You must have a lot of
Well,
lifetimes.
yeah, I mean, he'll tell you that he's absolutely positive that he's been a warrior and had to do a lot of killings in his past. He'll tell you
Hmm.
that, like, because I know it. I mean, the
Hmm.
dude's 6'5" too.
Oh,
So
he's a
he
big
looks the
dude.
same as today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's like you two are riding off in the sunset in the Renaissance time on your horses. That's what I see. Um, you're a woman, but I'm showing he's the man. Um, Interesting. I wonder if you guys were all together, even though you were the man, how would that be? No, they're like, that's not important. Okay, not important. I like to go into the stories. They're kind of fun. I love looking at past lives. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Okay. So I really want to get you to a place where I'm looking at our time and I want to get you to a place where it's not for you to do that, Tara. Yes, I know. But okay. Okay. I'm just going to keep following what I'm being told. I'm like, but I want to fix it. um, it's not my place. Uh, okay. So when I increase the possibilities, they show the two of you in the center. And there's literally like there's like cords going out in all directions, okay? And it could be like a cord to spirituality, a cord to financial wealth, a cord to the real estate, a cord to the job, or whatever it is.
Right.
There's all these cords going out. Excuse me. And how do they receive it? just be open. They want you both to just be open and to receive. Allow others to help you. Here's a good start. Okay. You go to the grocery store or do you have pets or anything? Any store you go to, are there stores that you go to where somebody will say, can I help you out with that, ma'am?
Sometimes.
And what do you usually say?
No, thank you.
Exactly. Okay. So what they're saying is, I want you to start saying yes.
Okay.
It starts there, okay? And
Okay.
they really want you to practice. They just showed me she's gonna forget. You're gonna forget, but when you forget, you're gonna be triggered. You're gonna be hit. They're gonna like ding. They're gonna ping you like you got to say yes. It starts there. They're showing to tell. They're even why are you showing that? That's giving. Okay. So if you ever go to a coffee store or something where you're in a drive-through and you can pay for the person behind you, they're saying try that too, because that's going to kick off another energy. It's going to be a giving and receiving. But more importantly, they want you to start saying yes. If anybody says, can I help you with that? Yes. And he has to do the same.
That's
He's not great at receiving either. He has a very masculine energy. He's a man, and there's a lot of pride. It's not that he's like an asshole about it.
no, no,
He just has it like, no,
no.
I do that.
Like me, like I can take
Yeah.
care. I can do
I
that.
got that.
Do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And the two of you are a union, and this is together. The two of you have work to do. They're even saying, hey, find some fun wealth manifesting money. Like they're saying, go do something fun together, like a workshop that, it doesn't have to be with financial abundance. It doesn't have to be like about money. It's more about, sorry, I'm looking over here because I'm viewing. It's more about the, manifesting. If you guys can find something together that you play with as a game,
Okay.
there's something about the duality. Okay, I see it. There's something about the two of yours energy. They keep showing me the two of you. And then you have these cords going out, and like there's a circle. Okay. It's like the two of you are in this giant circle. And at the
And all the
circle,
cords are just
yes,
around it.
and there's points on the circle for these various areas of your life. So you could literally draw it. I'm going to draw it
Yeah.
real quick. I think you know what I'm saying, but here's like that. And then we're going to have these little things like this. Just making this up, and here's the two of you. Okay. So, see
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yep.
The two of you are here. Here's like the areas and these chords, okay? And so, oh, okay, so when the two of you, and I want you to tell him to do the same. You're going to have him push the centers of his hands in. Those are energy centers. Sometimes we have to push them to remove the blocks and get them moving and get them flowing. And you can even do that thing with him, like have him just feel the energy and then kind of pull it out. And
Okay.
and just because it's fun, you'll feel it, and you want to pull that energy out. And if he doesn't feel it, okay, he's not going to feel it as much right away. You're just going to keep pushing on the centers. And he has a lot of blocks.
Oh my God, you're totally right. That's
He has
your
a lot of
yes,
blocks. He
yes.
has he has a lot of he is a fucking powerhouse, okay? He is a fucking behemoth, and he has a lot of blocks. Mhm.
Yeah,
He's so afraid of the actual potential of his power.
that's true. I say that. He's a
Yeah.
freaking unicorn and he doesn't.
Yeah. So and it's not a coincidence the two of you are together and the two of you reflect that in each other. Like he sees you, you see him. Um hmm, I really like you two together. It's so pretty. Okay. It's just a beautiful energy. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. So what they're showing me is the two of you in that center. When you both get these clear channels moving and when you both start receiving and saying yes, just practice for fun. Even if you're like, honey, can I help you? And he's like, no, I'm the man. I can do it. You're like, no,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
let me help you. And then he can do that with you. Like you guys can practice with each other. If
Okay.
he wants to, I don't know, rub your feet. Yes, rub my feet. If he wants to, I don't know, anything,
Yeah.
just start saying yes.
Yeah, I
What
get
they're
it. There's little
showing me.
things like that he'll do, and I'm like, no, no, no,
No,
no.
I got it. I got it. You want me to help you? No, I got it. Yeah, no, yes, help me. Um, there's something about the bond. They keep showing me an infinity, like an infinity circle of energy. It's like an infinity figure eight of energy that starts to go around the two of you. So if you see the two of you standing in the center of that circle, it's literally like this fireball of energy that starts weaving around you like an infinity circle. That's what begins to increase. And then these channels start to open up. Okay. These channels start to open up and the flow of giving and receiving comes. The abundance begins to come. The energy begins to flow, but the practice will be in receiving. You
Okay.
guys do give a lot, but you can continue to give because there has to be a reciprocity. But when you're giving and giving and giving and not receiving, then you've cut yourself off.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because that's a lot what's been happening.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to increase your awareness for both of you on all levels, all possibilities, especially in the house of receiving. So I want to increase, increase, increase. We're going to increase, increase, increase all levels of receiving, all levels of awareness, increasing that awareness. Actually, I want to open up your third eye and we're going to connect it to, I want to open up your third eye, connecting it to the crown, back to the third eye, and then actually to the throat, then to the heart. Okay. Go ahead and tap your throat. And I want you to then tap your third eye. And then I want you to tap the top of your head. Yep. Back down to the throat. Now I want you to tap to the heart, back to the throat, back to the third eye, and then to the top. Yep. Straight back to the heart. Good. Okay. So we're reconnecting you differently and newly. We're going to expand, open the throat chakra. It's a very beautiful blue light. I want to remove all known and unknown calcification that's around that, pulling that off, strengthening and increasing the thyroid and the throat to speak and open. Are you taking minerals? Are you taking your minerals? I think you're just slightly mineral deficient. So,
I just started back up a couple days ago, taking my like D3 and calcium and things.
okay, I want you to get a good trace mineral and add trace minerals. That's what they're called. You
That's
can
what it's called. Trace
trace
mineral.
minerals. You can buy them at Sprouts, Whole Foods. You can order them on Amazon. A great brand is what is that brand? Is it Nordic? No. Nutraceuticals. I think it's called Nutraceuticals Trace Minerals.
Food.
Yeah, just pull up
Okay.
trace minerals. And you
Okay.
just put like a drop in your water a day, but you need to increase the minerals, especially for the thyroid, especially at this time in our life, as we're just every time we're sitting in front of these computers, we're depleting our minerals.
Okay.
Um, so once you increase those, full systems, a full system flush. What are they saying? Increase your water. You should increase your water if you're not drinking enough water, at least 64 ounces a day minimum. Increase your water, increase your minerals. It's good that you're increasing your D3. Okay. And then the tapping that we just did, that's actually expanding and opening the awareness.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to increase your motivation, and that has to do with the root. Okay, so I want to spin some energy in the root. So I want you to just close your eyes, relax, And I'm going to start spinning some energy, and I'm opening up the energy in the root. And I want you to just imagine a beautiful golden fireball in the root. Your root's very, it's got a lot of cobwebs. It's got like little stringy things. Okay, so it's this beautiful little fireball of energy. Just imagine it spinning in the root chakra. And as it spins in the root chakra, what it's doing is it's removing all of these stringy little things. These stringy things must be, I see they're lineages, they're patterns that no longer serve you. And we're going to clean those out. But I want you just to see this beautiful orange light that begins to really glow in the root. And I want you to feel that energy. I'm just in there shaking it. We're shaking it awake. We're removing, pulling out all known and unknown toxic vibrations and frequencies from past lives, current life, all timelines. I just want to collapse all of those out, sending those all back to God for justice and the only way that God knows how. Things bad, bad, bad. And then I'm just going to continue to shake alive, shake awake the root. Okay, so with me shaking the root the way I'm doing it, and I want you just to imagine this fireball in the root. It's going to feel a little unsettling over the next couple days. Okay, I see. So I'm going to ask that they burn off all known and unknown traumas that start surfacing in the body. And as they come up, I'm actually going to ask that I want to soothe the nervous system because we're really shaking some stuff loose. Soothing the nervous system within you. And as these things come up, that they come up gently and they dissolve and dissipate easily. And I'm going to call on these two guides to help support and assist with that. So over the next, they're saying maybe even over the next week, you may have some emotions that come up. You may have some thoughts or some memories that might come up, or things just you're like, what the hell? What the hell was this? I thought I was over that. Or why is this coming up? You're going to have a little bit of that coming up. But what we're going to do is we're going to align it, thank you, so that it gently removes right out of the system and moves on. Like, I don't want you dwelling on this stuff because it's just not important anymore. It's just old fears, old traumas. It's
Okay.
like suitcase bullshit, like throwing it
Okay.
out with the trash. You don't need to rehash it.
Cleaning out the closet, looking at it, going,
Yes.
yeah, and keep going.
Yeah. And when it comes up, it may come up as anger, it may come up as fear, it may come up as sadness. Allow your body to express it without any story. What that means is I want you to allow your body to feel it like, woo, I feel that emotion, but don't attach anything to it,
Okay.
and breathe through it, cry through it, or be angry through it. If there's anger, you can even just scribble on paper, is what they're showing me. Like, scribble on paper whatever words are there, but don't attach you to it.
Okay.
It's your body releasing the trauma.
Okay.
Okay. And move that out. Move that out. Move that out. Move that out. All right. How do you feel right now?
I mean, I'm good. Like I'm feel kind of like grounded and level and like I don't know, just and also the stuff that's correlating from the past to today and stuff with just different relationships is still kind of like just spinning through my head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting how this session went. I'm enjoying it. This is very interesting. I okay, what they're also showing me, there was something else. Hold on. Okay, so they're like, we're gonna put blue waters, is what I'm hearing. Blue waters. Blue waters in the root chakra with this golden ball. This, no, because it's
I love
orange.
the ocean.
I know, right?
So,
It's it's the it's this it's this fireball energy, but underneath it is blue waters. So blue waters, so pretty. I'm literally seeing like it's interesting. It's like a Saharan, it's like an oasis. in the desert, okay? And
Okay.
it's nighttime and the air is hot, but these waters are so calm and so serene.
Like
And
a
there's
tropical island.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they're showing me in the route. They want that experience of I see what it is. It's the peace and the calm. She no longer has to live in fear, rage, anxiety, chaos is what we're clearing out of the root. Those are all past energies no longer serving her. And we're putting in this beautiful, serene, it's nighttime, like there's stars, and it's just peace. Okay, so we're going to put peace in there. We're going to increase that. And now where's the motivation? The motivation's in that fire.
Ah,
Okay, they just showed me, you remember for fireworks, you remember the flowers?
yeah, that's
How they
shh,
would spin. Yeah. That's what
and
they're
take off.
showing. Yeah, and then like little sparks would fly off. That's what the motivation in the root is like these little sparks are flying off through the rest of your system, lighting up your system, increasing the creativity. So we're going to increase the creativity and the motivation within you with us removing that plug that was on from these lineages of abuse. There is a new flow of energy. I see. So with that white golden uh salve that's coming through, that's really going to spark more creativity for you and more motivation. Your motivation and your creativity has to come from the heart for you. It has to really be something you love and desire, or else you're just not, you could give a shit, honestly. You're like, whatever. So it isn't that somebody could be like, I'm bringing this project to you and I want your help. Like, if you are not deeply, passionately motivated by it, don't waste your time.
Okay.
You won't be inspired.
Okay.
It really, and you have to, and you'll have to say graciously, I love your idea. And it's not a fit for me right now, or it's not something however you want to say it gracefully to say no, because that's your thing is you want to be able to be there for everybody and do everything for them and be that girl. Like, I am your girl Friday. I will do it all. I love you and I'm going to support you. They're saying no more this
So I
next
have to say
chapter.
no, but at the same time, I have to accept and receive.
Yes, yes, because you can say yes to projects that really inspire you.
Right.
When you feel lit up, that's what's going to bring that motivation. If there's any form or sense of obligation because you want to please this person because you love people so much, and that's what they're showing me, that's what actually has been happening. That's where that motivation, that's where that where it started to die because it stopped being for you and now it's just for everybody else. My therapist recently told me about compassion fatigue. Have you heard of that?
Uh,
Look it up. Compassion fatigue.
But
It's
I
an
get what you're saying because that's been my whole entire life. It's been for
it's a
everybody, for
it's
helping
a
everybody, helping everybody, helping everybody. And I'm like,
yes.
yeah,
Yes, it's an actual thing. And you lose motivation, you lose
uh-huh.
inspiration, you feel dead
Was it
and
what
yeah.
fatigue? Compassion?
Compassion fatigue. Who knew it was a thing? I mean, if we could label everything we do, that's what we do. But it's a thing. And I believe it because I'm very similar where I give, 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 give. And it's like, what about me? And I had to learn and start practicing to receive.
Yeah, that's what I learned when I went on like 5 years after my breakup with my boy's dad. Like no dating, no nothing, like
Hmm.
casual sex. Nah, I was just done.
Nothing.
And I
Yes.
went back thinking about all my past relationships going because I'm like, okay, well, I gotta be the common denominator here. Like, but I'm like,
Yes.
why? I'm like, I've been on the cover of magazines, I've been in this, I've been in that. I'm like, what? What the
Right.
fuck?
Right. Right.
And I started breaking it down and going to each one, and I started realizing the common thing with each one was that I stayed in them longer than I needed to because I was trying to help them, whatever
Hmm.
it was at the time, like, well, or didn't want to hurt their feelings or whatever.
Right.
But just like pulling the Band-Aid off and getting out, and
Yes.
was like I started like during that time of all those years trying to figure myself out and what the hell is when I started changing
Yeah.
things and being
Yeah.
some stuff. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
It is. It's wild, right? So I want to I want to take a minute and just kind of wrap everything up here. I want to take a minute and what are we going to do to seal her up? Okay. What are we doing with her? First, I want to say thank you so
Oh,
much
thank
for
you.
letting me work with you. This has been really fun. So they're just showing me, they're like putting you like in this egg capsule and they're moving your boyfriend in too. He's got to come in with you. Okay. So we're actually going to put this beautiful white capsule around the two of you, but actually in all the areas where we unplugged, we're going to plug those up. Not even plug, we're filling them up with that light. So top of the head, the shoulders. Yep. Okay. I see it. We're closing those off, the root and the feet. Okay. So I want you just to kind of I want you to reach up and I want you to just sit up as tall as you can, like reach up and sit up as tall as you can. Relax your arms at your side, but I want you to sit up as tall as you can. And I want you to breathe into that posture. They're wanting you to really stand and root in your power, your core source, and your truth. They're also telling me that, have you ever done mirror work?
I'm not sure. I know I've heard of it, but I can't remember.
So there's a couple ways to do it, but what they're saying is every morning when you get up to do your routine, just look in the mirror and tell Nina how much you love her and how beautiful she is.
Okay.
And you have to remember to do that. Like teacher on the, what is it? I want to like crack it, like, you've got to do that, Nina. You got to do that. But they really want you. And when you do it, I want you just to be with you. Look deep into your eyes and be with Nina. There's an 8-year-old version of you in there. Hold on. And a 12-year-old version of you in there. 14, 8, 12, 14, 22. 8, 12, 14, and 22. I'm guessing at those ages there were some pivotal moments for you, but there's those pieces of you that there's some healing to be done in those areas. So when you look in the mirror, you might see those girls show up, okay? One might be um there's one that's very rebellious, there's one that's very shy, there's one that's kind of like oh, how is she? She's like irreverent, is that the word? Is like what's the word? She's not like a fuck you, but she's like a
Uh,
hold on, she's very
Must have been the 14-year-old.
like a vigilante. I don't know. She's like a
That's a 14-year-old.
yeah, she's like almost like she had to take shit into her own hands. Like, I'm doing this now. This is bullshit. Like, I'm doing it my way.
Hmm.
Um, it's not so much my way. It's
Could be the
protection.
22-year-old.
Yeah, it's a protection mechanism. These are strategies that you took on to protect your heart. They're actually now showing me it's the stuff that you started doing and you actually started closing yourself off. Okay, you started closing yourself off. And I don't know if you ever noticed this, but even you may have walked tall, but there were many times that your body would kind of cave in because you're
Mm-hmm.
protecting your heart.
Mm-hmm. I
And
do
so,
that. I notice that sometimes,
yeah,
and I have to always
when,
redo my shoulders back.
yeah, pull them back because when you stand, it's like you kind of come down to close it off. So, in the mirror work, just be with you, be with you, be with you, and love you. You are a powerful, graceful, gorgeous, inside and out individual who has walked so many lives, right? And you've overcome so many things in this lifetime alone. And you've done the work and you continue to do the work. But now it's time to really stand tall, go back into that circle with your man. You guys start to receive, figure out what are the quadrants, what are the areas that we really want to have that abundance and play with it and have fun with it. And if he wants some unblocking and some work, happy to work with him too. But
Okay.
like, yeah, you guys there's so much beyond potential for what you can create together. So, yeah,
I like that. I
yeah,
think like that. I mean, that's how I feel. I think we both feel that way, which is kind of crazy. Like, because we both just on our own know that if we can make everything work, it's sky's the limit.
yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I hope that you got some great bits of information from it. At least you got a sense of the work that I do. Again, as I mentioned, if you want to schedule time with me, there is a link below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We've got the holidays coming. So keep bundled up, keep warm. I know the weather is chilling down, getting cool everywhere we look. And I look forward to seeing you on the next show. Have an amazing day. Thank you for coming on this healing adventure today. If you're starting to see how everything is falling into place for you, consider rating the show and sharing it with one of your friends. Keep that spirit alive and join me next week, same place, same time. Have a great week.